In St. Lucia, as in many other parts of the world, electioneering is an activity that brings much divide among people. A time when the strangest bedfellows are bred, and when allegations of corruption, greed and incompetence are hurled among politicians. Election Countdown 2011 was designed specifically to bring a new paradigm to St. Lucia's political campaign process. Every political party and every candidate was afforded the same opportunities to address the concerns of their constituents directly. The program you are about to view is each candidate's best pitch to you, the voters of St. Lucia. A French map dating back to 1717 first identifies the community of Gros Islet. In 1782, it was temporarily renamed Fort Rodney, but the name reverted when the island was recaptured by the French. In modern times, the community has flourished, moving from a village to a full-fledged town. This may be directly attributed to the creation of the island's greatest infrastructural development, the Rodney Bay Marina. From 3,858 registered voters in 1979, this constituency has ballooned into the largest in terms of registered voters to a whopping 15,219 by the last election of 2006. According to the 2010 population census, there was a 21% increase in the district's population from 2001 to 2010. The constituency has long been a stronghold of the St. Lucia Labour Party. It was Gregor Mason who first represented the constituency several years before it was officially made a town. However, with the turmoil of the 1979 Labour government, the seat was recaptured by the United Workers' Party's Peter Phillip in 1982. By 1987, and with a new political leader, once again, the constituency was represented by Labour. This would remain unchanged until 2006, allowing Julian Hunt and Mario Michel 2 terms each. Therefore, before the general elections of 2006, Gros Islet had been represented by the St. Lucia Labour Party in Parliament for 22 years. The social, economic and infrastructural developments of the town lay squarely on the shoulders of the United Workers' Party's Leonard Spidermont Toot for the last 5 years. In this edition of Election Countdown 2011, we examine his contributions to the constituency during his term in office, and we introduce the candidate vying for the seat on a St. Lucia Labour Party ticket, accountant by profession, Emma Hippolyte. Recipient of the Officer of British Empire, Certified General Accountant, Certified Fraud Examiner, and with more than 25 years of private and public sector auditing, Emma Hippolyte's resume is one that many a school child is asked to emulate. She started off at the Soufriere Primary School in 1960. However, the world of work and adult life has shifted Emma to Tuya since 1979. A 1997 Voice newspaper headline said it all. In 2011, the St. Lucia Labour Party seems confident that these headlines will once again grace the front pages after elections. Election Countdown 2011 was granted full access to Emma's professional history, her concerns and plans for the 23,000 residents of Gros Islet. According to Hippolyte, no longer can she sit on the sidelines and allow the constituency she resides in to receive substandard representation. Her red hat has been tossed in the ring to offer what she calls responsible governance.
I am running because I can no longer sit on the sidelines and see my country getting down to the drains. Look at what passes as representation. This is supposed to be a motorable road. The people of Rivière-Mittens deserves better representation. I am running because the youth should not be at the gambling machines. They should be in a place being trained to be better men and women of tomorrow. I am running because I can do better at proper governance of my country. Emma Hippolyte presents herself as somebody who can do better.
Although she is pleased with some of the new sporting facilities constructed by the current MP, she cites its lack of leadership and coordination skills as the primary reason for limited use of these facilities by the youth.
There are certain improvements to sporting facilities, but again there is an absence of programs to cause those young persons to utilize those facilities. So you have a facility that is built in Moshi, but then somebody else is holding the keys. So the residents and young people from Moshi might not be able to use the center when they are in need of it.
Parliamentary representatives, particularly those holding ministerial posts, are some of the hardest people to track down, let alone have a 5-minute discussion with, even causing Nicole David to sing about it during the 2011 Calypso season.
I remember your last campaign, didn't get a break. You would check me sunshine or a BB text calls you would make. But now to get to talk to you, look at the hell I going through. So this message to you I must send, if not by my mouth, then it's by my pen. Mr. Minister.
And every candidate, when campaigning for office, chastises the incumbent for these violations. Question is, would it be the same khaki pants if Gros Islet were to elect Emma Hippolyte?
I would put that within my schedule of work. And I think that is what is extremely different from what is happening now. For example, I represent a very large constituency. Within my work program, I would have my ministerial responsibility, but I would also have a program and a schedule to visit the people of Labon, whether it is once a quarter. The people of Cap Estate, to engage that Cap Estate Association once a quarter. To meet with the youth of Moshi once a quarter. Now, you might have that, for example, you say maybe first Monday of every month, you might have a meeting with a particular group. You might end up having to travel overseas on government business. But if you miss that particular meeting, then you reschedule.
If elected, Emma Hippolyte,
yes,
how would you specifically and immediately attend to the level of unemployment?
We would look at it from various angles because there are various constituencies. You have the older folk that used to be in the STEP program. That would immediately, within the first 100 days, the Central Labour Party would activate that STEP program. Because if you go through, or when we will be going through the community, you will realize the neglect in terms of some basic things as road maintenance. So you get those persons employed immediately.
According to Hippolyte, her immediate plan, if elected, is to work in collaboration with the National Skills Development Center, which was established under the Labour administration to provide training and career information services to unemployed persons seeking integration into the work environment. The center offers training and job placement in technical and vocational areas, including automotive engineering, beauty therapy, culinary arts, bartending, and electrical installation, to name a few.
So after they leave the training, after they receive the required training, then they get this apprenticeship period of whether it is 6 months, 1 year, to help them ease into a work program.
Whether employed or not, all residents need health care. Physical upgrades to the Gros Islet Polyclinic, the Moshi Wellness Center, and the Grand Riviere Health Center is just the tip of the iceberg. If elected, she says her goal is the implementation of universal health care, which is designed to ensure that no one in need of care will be denied access to quality healthcare services. She believes that the country can deliver to the people a well-functioning healthcare system driven by a robust finance mechanism. The people, in turn, deliver to the country a reduced burden and enhanced productivity.
We have to do it in collaboration with key stakeholders, the Dental and Medical Association, the Nurses Association, because they are going to be the driving force in terms of the number of doctors that we need at the hospital. So it is not just going to be an Emma Hippolyte doing it. Emma Hippolyte will cause the persons with that responsibility to act.
Coming up after the break.
I have delivered.